How's it going, guys? In today's video I want to share with you a collection of licks which will help you sound like Steve Vai. But this isn't a normal lesson in the sense where we're going to take a lick from one song, a lick from maybe another song, or a live solo, or whichever. What I want to share with you today are essentially the habits of Steve Vai's playing. The cliches that make him so identifiable and what makes him such a brilliant, quirky, interesting player that he is, and how you can funnel that into your own playing. And we're going to limit ourselves, or try to anyway, to the minor pentatonic. To follow along with this lesson, you need to be in standard tuning. Alright, I'm going to roll through these licks in no particular order. The main thing I'm going to do is confine the licks to a given key. And one of my favourite sounds that Steve Vai dabbles in, as a lot of you know, is the Lydian mode. In this case, we're looking in the key of E. You've got... which is awesome. And to keep it limited to the pentatonic, we're going to stay in the key of C sharp minor on the face of things, but still keep your E major head on. Now, the first thing we're going to do to apply some Steve Vai feel, you might notice he doesn't really pick an awful lot in the grand scheme of life. So the first lick would be dead simple. You're going to do what is essentially a legato run, but in the pentatonic, and then we're going to slide down to the root, which is the 4th fret on the A string. So we're going to pick the first note. Or if you want to make it even more interesting, you can add an extra note in on the end there. Then I'm pulling off the 2 there, which is also in the same scale. Then one thing we can do to make it even more interesting and even more Vai-like is we can get straight in with some whammy bar stuff. So what we can do is, if you pick the first note, which is the 12th fret on the high E, we're going to pick that first note, then do a single dip on the bar where you almost like you're just slightly pushing the bar or knocking it and then allowing it to go back to its original position. Then you'd pull off to the lowest note, then repeat that for the string below. Oop, there goes my whammy bar. Then same thing again you can do is you can linger on that same spot. Again, that's a great habit of Steve Vai if you want to keep it solely pentatonic. If you want to make it sound a little bit more slidey and a little bit more snaky as playing goes, is to simply apply a lot of sliding within your phrases. Another good thing you can do as well, keeping it pentatonic still, it doesn't mean you have to confine yourself just to the one shape. Slide and combine different positions. That can really help with your phrasing if you want to come down a particular pattern that might not be Steve Vai, but then finish with a Vai flourish. Say that quickly, so it might be... That can be really helpful and really useful. Another good one, again, sticking in this first position of the pentatonic, you can apply it to all of them here, is making the most of overtones. A lot of people would just think that's just basic harmony, which it is. But if you want to make it a little bit more Vai-esque, is add a little bit of the bar. Really helpful. Again, that's more subtle, but but again, a very helpful one if you want to dabble in the more melodic aspect of his playing. If you want to dabble more on the shred side of things, we're going to get into a little bit of economy picking, which he does do from time to time. Not very often, not what you'd call a solid habit of his, but something he dabbles in from time to time. It's more of a tender surrender type thing, this, where you would go... that kind of idea. All I'm doing is brushing through. I'd start with an upstroke on the 12th fret, pull off to 9, downstroke on the B string, 12th fret. Then in that same downstroke, you then go back to the 9th fret on the high E. Then if you want to make it even more Vai-esque, is you would stagger it. All I'm doing there is doing that up, pull off, and repeating that twice. And then what you do then is then combine the positions or extend the positions. Then another thing you can do, just to make some more use of the whammy bar again, if you want to say use that endpoint. Dipping back into the Lydian mode more so here, where you've got that 7th on the end there. All I'm doing there is taking that one scale, then walk my way down the Lydian scale on the one string. And then what you would do with the bar, when you hammer on to the note above, is you would dip the bar at the same time. So you've got... Oops. Some other cool stuff that you can do, which is even more interesting, and a lot of people will probably ask about this particular lick, and this isn't pentatonic solely, it's just a treat, if you like, for this particular lesson, is you would travel up the neck using this clever double fretting technique. That kind of idea. What I'm doing there is I'm starting off, again, keeping it in C sharp. I'm going to the 4th fret on the A, 6th fret on the D string, where I'd play it with the ring finger and then swap over to the index finger. 9th fret there, excuse me, 8th fret on the G string. 9th fret there on the B string. Then 11th fret on the high E. Then I'm going to B12, high E14, 16 on the B. Then that is 18 there on the high E. Then 21 and 19 on the B. Then 21 on the high E. So slowly. Apply that with all the techniques we've got so far, you're well on your way to really inserting sort of Vai's cliches, if you like, in more basic aspects of lead guitar, more familiar scales, if you like, without going really into the depths of major scales, legato, and all of that stuff. If you want to go even further into the fast shred element, you can start to apply a little bit of tapping. One of my favorite things to include is rather simply, it's more the sort of thing I picked up from learning things like Big Trouble and stuff, is if you were to take the regular pentatonic box here with the left hand, is you would then tap above in the neighbouring pentatonic shape. You've got 14, 12, 9 on the high E, same on the B string, then 13, 11, 9 on the G. Which is really cool. If you want to make it even more so, take that down the pentatonic scale. All fun and games. I think that pretty much wraps it up in terms of some Vai cliches there. I didn't dabble too much on the legato side as such. I wanted to limit it solely to the pentatonic so that you are left with stuff that you can integrate into your playing quickly, so that you're modifying the more familiar aspects of lead playing rather than getting too niche. For those of you that are curious about the gear I'm using in today's video, I'm using a Charvel DK24 Pro Mod in dark amber. This is my favorite guitar I own. Yep, I will clean the fingerboard. I'm just not changing strings at the moment. And it's got Seymour Duncan full shred Nanaco 2 pickups. It's completely stock. My amp is a Blackstar AMPED, and for that cool shimmery chorus effect and the reverb, I'm using a Yamaha THR30II. Thank you very much for watching this video, you guys. I hope you've liked what you've seen. Please make sure you like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. If you want me to do another video like this, focusing on another player, please list it in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.